Hello everybody, I'm Janaea Swander and welcome back to my channel here at Activating Interconnection. And here in this sacred space together, we talk about issues related to mental health topics as well as a lot of spiritually based topics, and sometimes a nice combination of both. But today I want to talk about something that came up from a text messaging conversation I was having with a friend of mine the other day. And in it, we started talking about control. And my friend is working on trying to have less control, or be less in control in her life, because she always was trying to overplan, trying to overdo everything in order to maintain this control. And I wanted to share with you a little bit of my end of the conversation, and a few things that I said about control, and just be able to talk about it for a few moments. But she mentioned being aware that trying to control everything just wasn't working, wasn't getting her anywhere. You may have had that experience yourself too, where you try over and over again, if I just get everything just right and I maintain it all the time, then everything's going to be okay. Well, I don't know, but just doing that takes a lot of energy, right? To be in that space. If I just maintain control, then I'm going to be, everything's going to be just the way that I need it to be. Because what? Why do I need to be doing this? Well, a lot of times it's because I'm trying to keep myself safe, trying to make sure nothing bad happens. If I clench real tight and I have all that resistance and I'm just in control, well, then I'm going to be able to prevent all these potential outcomes that I may not like, I may not want to deal with, I may not be interested in, right? However, me doing all this, does it actually prevent an external outcome from taking place? Really? Does it actually mean that somehow everything's going to be better if I have myself all tensed up and clenched and I'm maintaining that control? And is it even possible? Is it actually even possible to be in control of everything and make sure that everything, I'm prepared for the world? Let me talk about preparedness for a second. So years ago, in another chapter of my life, I was a concierge. And well, a concierge actually needs to be prepared for anything and everything that a guest of the hotel will throw at you. Whether they just simply need a toothbrush because they forgot one, or they need their whole trip throughout, DC. This happened to me. I had somebody who was going up to DC from Williamsburg, Virginia area, going up to DC, and they needed every route, every bit of their route planned out perfectly. They had to have a special car and everything, a special rented car, an expensive car, to take them up there and go every little place they needed to go to just right at set times, and came to me at 6 o'clock in the evening when everything was shut down, and needed this done by 6 a.m. the next day. Of course, of course. And so, but I learned in that position, which, okay, everything worked out for the guy, got his car, did all of his stuff, everything was great. But that's not the point. The point is I learned in the position of being a concierge that I have to have everything together all the time. And I don't know what somebody's going to throw at me, so I better have whatever they need at my disposal at any given moment, right? Because that's my job. I have to have it all set. Right now, I have to think ahead and know what they're going to be thinking and what they're going to need and what they're going to ask of me. Otherwise, I'm not doing a good job. I'm not being a good concierge. I'm not doing the best thing for my guests, right? So I got programmed, in my head that I need to do that. And then I left that job and I kept the programming. I carried the programming with me for years afterwards, even now, for years afterwards, kept it with me. It's like I packed it up in my little personal suitcase and I said, okay, I'm not a concierge anymore, but I'm going to take this mindset with me that I need to know everything at all times and be able to answer everything that anybody needs. And I'm going to know the resource that they need and exactly how to get it and be able to do it and everything just like that. And right in my handbook, my little handbag, I'm going to also have some extra toothpaste and some extra hand sanitizer and some wipes and some Kleenex and anything else that they need, because you never know what's going to happen from moment to moment. And if I have it all together, then I'm a good person. And also I can prevent any little, possible hiccups that could happen, because, you have to prevent every hiccup that there is in life, of course. I'm laughing at myself with that, because I know now that you cannot prevent every little hiccup that's going to happen in life. And if you think you can, well, that's a delusional thought. So, and I know, and I can say that with love and everything, caring to you, because I have lived in that delusional world quite enough, just as you may have as well. And so the thing is that we learn, we get this programming from different areas of our life. I got it, one place I got it was from a work history, from being a concierge. I also learned some of it from family related passed down beliefs and stuff. You may have gotten the same thing. You may have been in situations where you learned that you needed to be the one who knew all the answers. Maybe you're a mom or a dad, and you could be the one who's the primary one in charge, and you need to know how everything's going to work and how to go about everything. And if you don't, there could be the belief, well, if I don't have all this together, if I'm not on top of all of it, then I'm not good at this, and this is going to somehow harm my kids or harm other people in my life or harm my spouse or something. And the thing that I want to come back to with this is that all of these thoughts and beliefs are programming. The reality is that control is an illusion. This is what I said to her. I said right here, control is just an illusion anyway. It gives the perception that if we can be in control, then we can guarantee safety. But then safety from the human mind perspective is also an illusion. Such a tangled web that keeps us chasing our tails. And that's exactly what it is. It's buying into this belief, this programming that we get from anywhere. And it doesn't even matter after a while where you got it from. The point is learning to become aware of the fact that this is programming. And when it's programmed, guess what? We can change the program. So if you have true control, is that awareness. True control is realizing, oh, I'm falling I'm falling into that pattern again that doesn't serve me. And that's a lie. It is a lie that I can have everything that I could possibly need to have to plan for every potential outcome that may happen. I cannot plan for if a meteor hits me right now. I can't do it. I cannot plan. I don't know what in the world will protect me from that. But I cannot plan or carry around in my luggage, my purse, every single day, everything, or keep it in my car, everything that might potentially be needed in a situation. Because what does that do? It just simply, it's a weight. It drags you down. It's heavy. It makes it very difficult to move around and to function. Think about how much, how difficult it is if you're carrying this big, heavy bag around with you every day, thinking that, well, I got to have everything with me because, if I don't, then it's not going to be good, or something bad's going to happen to the people around me, or I'm not going to have what I need in the moment, And I used to think, well, I always have to have some kind of food with me, because what's going to happen if I get hungry and I'm not going to be able to get to food right away? And then I started intermittent fasting, and now it's really not a big deal, but I reprogrammed that belief. I don't need to be in control of every single one of those moments. And I'm sharing this message with you to reinforce that you can also reprogram these beliefs. That's the amazing thing about programming. When you become aware of the fact that it exists in your system, then that awareness can then propel you to that next stage to realize it for what it is, that it's just an illusion, this belief that we have so much control over everything, and that somehow if we hold on really tight and everything, then we're going to be able to keep ourselves safe and everybody else safe and nothing bad's ever going to happen. That's an illusion too, right? Because there will always be something that happens. The longer that we live in this life, more and more things are going to happen, and more situations for us to deal with. And we're already wonderfully strong, empowered people in and of who we are now. We already have the resources available to us, and we'll get what we need when we need it. You know, I mean, I say that when I'm sitting there thinking about, oh my goodness, think of all the things I need to let go of in my house that I've been holding on to because of one day I think I might need it, or one day it's going to help me in some way. That's all control. It's all trying to control what I think may or may not be down the road. And I have no idea what is coming around the corner. I don't know what's happening in 5 minutes or 1 minute. You know, so, and that's the same thing. None of us do. None of us know exactly what's going to take place moment to moment, day by day, or something. And why do we need to be the ones who shoulder all the burden of needing to be prepared for everything in order to maintain that control? How about we trust that we have what we need in each moment? And guess what? The people who are around us, our loved ones, our family, our spouses, our kids, everybody, they're resourceful people too. We're resourceful, and so are they. They can also step up. They can share some of that load. They can step in and be like, hey, wait a minute, I know what to do in this situation that's come up. Or guess what? You don't have the Kleenexes that are needed. I have some Kleenexes. You know, they might have the Kleenexes in their bag or their back pocket or something. They have what they need, you know, just as a really simple example, of course. But just realizing that we don't have to try to shoulder all of it by ourselves. Shouldering an illusion. Taking on all the weight of something that is not even real. So all that does is burden us, hold us down, keep our life really, really heavy, and make it hard, right? To have the energy that we need for all these amazing things that are available to us in life from day to day. So I'm going to start wrapping up this message here, and just kind of bring it back to the point that, or encourage you to think about, what are areas in your life that maybe you're holding on really, really tight, and release that grip a little bit, and maybe allow somebody else to also share some of that with you. They may have resources you don't know about, or they may have ideas and stuff you don't know about to help when situations arise. Yeah, we can have some kind of planning, sure. You may hold on to something like a AAA membership. Let's give that as an example. You may hold on to something like that because if you need it, you have somebody to call right away to get you some help. But can you necessarily prevent something from happening to you on the road? No, you can't prevent every single one of those situations. But you can have some things, sure. But let's just not try to carry everything. Let's not try to go on a family picnic with 10 times more than what's needed just to try to plan for every potential outcome that may happen to occur while you're out at that family picnic, and trust the fact that you can have a good time and enjoy yourself with just the things that are the most important for you to take, and that anything else that you need, you're going to be able to get access to when you need it. And if you don't have access to it, maybe it's just not something that's going to be needed in that moment. So I encourage you, and I encourage myself and all the rest of us to remember that actually trying to maintain control is just an illusion. All it does is it keeps us worked up and tense and in a state of resistance, and it's not something that's actually feasible. We'll never have full control. We can do some level of planning, but we can't do it all. And start looking at your own life and where you may be able to release some control. All right, with that message, I leave you now, and I hope that you're doing well wherever you happen to be in the world at this time, and take care of yourself. So until next time, bye-bye.